Growing up in a small town, I learned that connections go beyond blood. They're built through shared experiences, friendships, and the moments we celebrate together.
I grew up in Utah and Idaho.
Okay.
But most of my years were spent in Wyoming.
Okay.
And then when I graduated, I could not get out of there fast enough. My background was health and fitness, and my first job was in worksite health.
Okay.
So I applied, not really thinking much of it, but within 6 weeks, I'd been hired and was part of the first real official group of online instructors, but that it was a preparatory program to prepare students who never thought they would obtain higher education. But yes, now it is BYU Pathway Worldwide.
Life doesn't always work out like we want.
So I did, got the job, cried for a couple of days, and then accepted it, and it's been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty great to be able to work from home and be a stay-at-home mom. And that's when they carved themselves out of BYU, Idaho, and moved down to Salt Lake. It's really been very exciting and cool and very interesting to observe, because initially the plan was, let's offer everything that BYU Idaho offers, where we implemented a whole new student information system and combined 3 major databases, which resulted in a lot of corrupt data and challenges for students. It was all in an effort to simplify things for students in the long term and make us more scalable. BYU Idaho is known as the teacher. So I think now we're in the upper 180s of countries worldwide where students have an opportunity to access church or faith-based education through BYU Pathway Worldwide. And Pathway Connect is developed mainly, or Pathway in general, it's mainly a program for students who, we call them the hidden many. So, when you and I went to school, what did we do first? General education?
Yeah.
Okay, so you took your humanities class and some American heritage class and whatever. And then if you, for some reason, stopped out after 1 or 2 semesters, what do you really have to show for that?
Nothing.
Are you more employable at this point?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
some college all gets grouped, whether you went to one class or 3.5 years, it's some college.
And having those spreadsheet skills, just even from that one class, even if you didn't even finish your certificate, Excel, you could already get a better job.
So instead of just some college, now it's, no, I'm certified in Excel.
But many of the students are they're thrilled just to get a better job and not have to work 2 or 3 jobs to make ends meet.
And so I like the practicalness of, hey, at the end of the day, the reason we go to school is to get a job.
But one thing my sister regrets or regretted was doing that degree, because every time her husband was deployed and was in Afghanistan or Beirut or wherever, if he had been killed or severely disabled or whatever, and she had to be the breadwinner, sure, she had a degree, but she was like, what job do I get with a degree in Spanish?
Teaching, that would be the only thing I could think.
And so what I would recommend is select a bachelor's degree where you can actually make enough money to sustain a family.
Sure.
Male or female.
Sure. But what are you going to do every day that's employable, right? That actually can bring in money. Again, we live in a economy that you're as valuable to the economy as what you can produce and make.
So find something that you like that also makes money. Just really think hard about getting a job, and don't be too focused, girls, on a mom job. Yes. And so don't limit yourself. And then my other thought is just get out there and go, because my degree or my job I do now
has nothing to do with what you studied.
It has nothing to do with what I studied. And the internet didn't even exist when I started college. Some of our students were skipping meals. to afford internet. So many things. Like, it was life-changing. I was a little scared to go. And those two things offer so much power.
Sure.
Especially together.
Sure.
To alleviate suffering throughout the world. No, you have everything you need right here in this room. You can work together. You can start your own businesses. You can rely on each other. It's been since 2009, and we're in 2026. So we're 16 and a half years-ish along. And sure, we're getting close to 100,000 students. But I still feel like we are just at the start of so many things, yet.
And I think learning how to use technology is always, why keep using an axe if you have a chainsaw now, right?
Exactly.
But learn how to use the chainsaw, right? Because the chainsaw is more dangerous, and so is AI, right? It's more dangerous in the sense that you could be lazy with it, right? But it also can amplify a person immensely, right? And so there is that.
But since the time I was there, it's doubled in size. And they're just baptizing like crazy. But when we were talking to some senior missionaries while we were there at a job fair, and they said that the Harare, Zimbabwe mission was slated to baptize 4,000 members in 2025. Wow. And I remember my friend that I work with, her telling me a few years back, Melissa, this pathway is going to educate Africa. Yeah. Not just the church members, but like the continent. They don't have enough seats in their own schools. And
I think the Lord makes us, he loves effort, and he wants us in the ground. Like, he's not just going to give it to us. We're supposed to actually work for it and learn how to do it. And so you go and then you tweak and then you tweak and then you tweak, because again, you're learning what works and what doesn't.
But we have trade schools, we have full-blown universities, and we have community colleges, and there are just so many options. So whether you already have a degree, and maybe your degree was in philosophy and you've never been able to get a job, and you really want to upskill and get something, it's never too late.